Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video, and here we go again. I'm going to talk more about process and having a plan. Without these things, forget about the positive pips. They won't happen. And I know that, videos that show someone making hundreds or thousands of pips is very attractive and gets lots of views and likes and that. I don't care about that. I want to get to the right people who are serious about their trading. But because if you don't have a solid process behind you, that I'm going to discuss here, you will not for sure make the pips. Okay? As it says here, the strategy isn't usually the problem. If you have a good proven strategy, then the issue's beyond that. And more specifically, it's a process problem. Sadly, most people truly don't have a plan. And usually they don't fail because of bad entries. We can teach the entries very, very quickly, really quickly. They fail because of what happens after. And this is where a lot of people get it completely wrong. They think, if I just find a better strategy and a better entry or maybe a better indicator, everything's going to click. Well, here's the truth. And I've been saying this for many, many years. You can give two traders the exact same strategy, same entries, same setup, all that kind of stuff. One will grow the account, while the other slowly bleeds it out. I've been a trading coach for over 20 years now, so trust me when I say this. I'm speaking from experience. And why does this happen? Because one of the traders follows the proven winning process consistently, while the other doesn't. It's that simple. The losing trader has no structure, no consistency, no clear way of operating. So even if the strategy works, and it can be this can be the best strategy ever invented, their results don't work. And always remember, there's one thing about results. Results don't lie. And if this all sounds familiar, this is probably the real reason why, that you've been stuck. So let's break this down, because this is where things, kind of quietly fall apart unless you address it. First of all, and probably the biggest reason for struggling, is that you don't have a plan for trade management. You get into a trade, and then what do? What are you going to do if price goes in your favor? What are you going to do if price goes against you? See, that's the issue. You have no clear rules for managing the trade, maybe taking partial profits or just exiting the trade, just getting out of it. So what ends up happening is that decisions become emotional, reactive, and inconsistent ones. So say it's going in your favor and you're all happy, but then it starts to make its way back toward your entry. Do you get out? Do you move your stop? Do you do nothing? You need to know this before you put the trade on, not when you're, in the heat of the battle. And here's another very big issue: inconsistent risk per trade. One trade you risk 0.5%, which is, what we actually recommend. Although right now we're recommending even less than that during this environment. But that's another story. So you put 0.5% on one trade. Next trade, you're feeling good. You just made some money on the last trade. The sun is out and it's nice and warm. So you up the risk to, 3 to 5%. Not only can that alone destroy months of progress, but it will, this is really important, by the way, it will trash your mental capital as well, which that's one of the worst things. You made a mistake and now you're feeling bad about it. So what are you going to do next time? In fact, are you even going to take the next trade, or are you going to miss out? It could be a big one, might be another loss. What are you going to do? Professionals don't do this. They know in advance what they're going to do. They have scenarios for whatever comes their way, and risk is controlled always, always, always. Okay? And the reason for all this mess in the first place is that there is no consistent and proven routine to begin with. You're already starting at a disadvantaged position. And this is exactly why Darko provides a pre-market analysis, a video, PMA video, several times a week. And it's the same old boring stuff every time. And it simply works. So you have to have some sort of routine. If you don't have a proper pre-market analysis, and by the way, it doesn't have to be Darko's pre-market analysis. If you have something else that is proven over many years to work, use it, right? But with no pre-market analysis, no structured review, no journaling, you're just going to be repeating the same mistakes. And this is a big one here. A lot of people, especially in today's world where we have we want a quick fix for everything. Well, trading is not a hobby, folks. Okay, it's a serious business because it's your hard-earned money out on the line. If you're just showing up when it kind of feel like it, or it's kind of random, taking trades here and there, all that kind of stuff, and you expect professional level results, how's that supposed to work? Well, obviously it's not going to work in any field, and it definitely won't work in trading. So all that philosophical information is great, but how do we change? Well, it's simple, but it's not easy. Old habits can die hard. However, if you truly get committed, now this is, you have to get your head into this thing. If you truly get committed and fix your process to a proven, profitable approach, your strategy suddenly starts working a lot better. Your losses are controlled. You know what you're going to do for profits, all that kind of thing. And I want to say something to you right now. You can do this. You won't be the first person to turn things around. I've seen it happen many, many times over my career of doing this. And that's because when you fix your process, now there's structure. You know exactly what you're looking for and why. You've got your risk management figured out. You've now got a routine and consistency, and you have accountability behind every decision. You can always, refer back to your process and see if you followed the plan properly, or maybe you made a mistake. And if that's the case, no problem, you can correct it. It's a whole new ballgame. Okay? This is exactly what we focused on inside our community. Not just what to trade, but how to operate like a professional. Because without a process, even the best strategies won't save you. And as I said at the beginning, there's a reason why two traders follow the exact same process, but one loses and the other goes on to become a consistently profitable stage 4 trader. And getting you to consistent profitability following a proven profitable strategy is our mission with our traders. So I have a question here for you. Is it process or strategy? Which one do you think is your real problem right now? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty, listen, with that said, thank you so very much for staying with me in this video. I appreciate it, and I really hope that what I've said makes sense, and you will start paying close attention to your process and make the changes that are necessary to put you on the right track. Okay, folks, let's leave it at that. Please reach out to me if I can be of any help. Have a great weekend. Take care.